Hello, Algebra students. Mr. Lawrence here, and a really quick flip lesson for you. We're going to do another application problem. This one's going to blow your mind because it's going to seem like magic is happening, but it's only going to be because of mathematics. No magic involved. All right, a rectangular field has a perimeter of 107 feet and an area of 600 square feet. I want to know what are the dimensions of the perimeter, of the length and width. Many of you would probably try to guess and check your way through this. Don't do that. It's simple. You see perimeter? I'm going to write an equation about perimeter. Okay. You see I need area? I'm going to write an equation about area. I'm going to write my two equations, and then I'm going to solve the system. But it's going to have a twist to it. Watch what's going to happen. To find perimeter, I need to do twice the length and add it to twice the width. Okay, some of you might say add up all the sides. Well, yeah, that's true. I do agree that's perimeter, but it's a less functional form of the formula. So let's use it as twice the length and twice the width. Now I do know the perimeter is 107 feet, so my first equation is going to be 2L plus 2W equals 107. All right. Now area. How do I get the area of a rectangle? Well, area is the base times the height, or the length times the width. Since I'm already using length and width in this problem, I will continue to use length and width. Length times width. So my second equation is length times width equals 600. Now, I have a system here, right? I'm going to go ahead and solve this equation for let's solve for W. Yeah, I think I want to solve for W. Where's my highlighter? Yeah, so I'm going to highlight the W. Okay, and I think the first thing I'm going to do is subtract 2L from both sides. So I'm going to have 2L plus 2W equals 107. I'm going to subtract 2L from both sides, like I said, 2L minus 2L. And so my new equation will become 2W equal to 107 minus 2L. Now, the W is not alone yet, so I'll divide by 2. Divide by 2, divide by 2. And so my new equation becomes W equal to negative L, and let's see, half of 100, maybe 53.5, is that right? I think so, 53.5. Yeah, I think that's right. Okay, so I have this equation. Well, now I'm going to use substitution, and I'm going to put this in for W. Very important to use parentheses. So, watch what's going to happen. I'm going to have L times the quantity of 53.5 minus L. Close that quantity. And that needs to equal 600. I'm going to distribute, and I'm going to get 53.5 L minus L squared. Ooh, do we have some light bulbs going off? Yeah, or going on, that is. Should seem pretty cool. What do we have here? We have a quadratic equation. And if we have a quadratic equation, we can use the quadratic formula. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite this so it says minus L squared plus 53.5 L equals 600. And remember, with quadratics, I need them to equal 0. So I'm going to subtract 600 from both sides. So now I have negative L squared plus 53.5 L, and that's going to equal 0. Oh, no, it is not. I made a mistake. Sorry about that. Minus 600. That will equal 0. And now I'm ready to go to the quadratic formula. A, B, C. Easy as negative 153.5. 600. Negative 600, sorry. Okay. Now, I could check the discriminant to see if there are solutions. I mean, that would make sense. That's what I've been doing. So I got to do the discriminant anyway. So I'll go to 53.5 squared minus 4 times A times C, right? And so that's going to be a negative, and 2400. I'm not sure what 53.5 squared is, so I will check. It is 2,862 and a quarter. 2,862 and a quarter. So my discriminant is going to be a positive 462 and a quarter. All right, so that's my discriminant. So there are going to be two solutions to this, and that makes sense, length and width, but let's see what happens. All right, so I'm going to do x equals the negative of b plus or minus the square root of the discriminant all over 2a. All right, so here I'm going to go to my calculator, and some of you aren't doing this. I don't know why. You're doing it all piecemeal, and I've told you don't do it piecemeal, but whatever. I'm trying to show you the easy way to do it. So let me see. I'm going to clear my screen. Let's go second quit. Clear that screen and go. Start a quantity, negative 53.5 plus the square root of the discriminant. Close that one, close the one I started, and then divide by negative 2. Okay, so the first answer is 16. So L could equal 16. Now to figure out W, we go plug it in one of the equations, and we can do that really quick. What was it? L times W equals 600, so I can do 600 divided by 16, and I'll get 37.5. So then the width could be 37.5 feet, right? But I'm just curious, you know, I only did one of the solutions for the quadratic formula. What's going to happen here? Let me bring up my one I can edit. There it is. And let me change it to negative 53.5 minus the square root of the discriminant. And let's see what we get there. And look at that. We got our other answer, didn't we? 2 ways to do it. That's pretty cool if you ask me. So we wrote a system of a linear and a quadratic equation. Okay. And that allowed me to do substitution, turn it into one quadratic equation. I applied the quadratic formula, and the quadratic formula told me both solutions. Pretty cool stuff. All right, that's it for the video. We're going to get some practice with this. Mr. Lawrence signing off. Have a good night, everybody.